Ooh. I made this during the pandemic, y'all.
To unleash the full power of the federal government through this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency.
Let's go.
Father in the sky, I shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try. Father in the sky, I shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try.
The curses, the plagues, is it all a dream? The curfew, the troops, the world's on quarantine. The social, the 6 degrees of separation. The troubles of Jacob, the need for preparation. My vision is focused, I won't speed or rush. And if there's hate in your blood, then you need a flush. Yes, the priest is back, the Most High be praised. I'm making them sick, this song is 5G waves. As real as they come, won't find no fugazi. A man amongst men, so Gail and Oprah hate me. And Jesus had Warren. Paul wrote letters to Corinth. And Esau is red. And Donald Trump is orange. The faces, the gestures, that cat is so comedic. Corona, the virus, the plagues is sent on Egypt. We were slaves, led away to other gods. I ain't preaching shy, I'm killing them with current laws.
Father in the sky, I shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try. Father in the sky, I shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try.
The riches, the fame, is it all for Skrilla? The mask and the gloves so COVID doesn't kill you. The panic, the fear, the news is so fallacious. The Isley, the brothers, they say it's so contagious. The doctors, the nurses, the need for ventilators. The 1,200 cash they gave to stimulators. The signs and the warnings, don't forget the scriptures. Prevention and cure funded by special interests. Still in the streets, surely. Some say that he's worldly. Flow is sick like why Tekashi got released early. The judges, the lawyers, they say there's no defense. Season 8 Game of Thrones, cause it don't make no sense. And that's the rundown, TV is saturated. The fear is the push to get us vaccinated. We were slaves, led away to other gods. I ain't preaching shy, I'm killing them with current laws.
Father in the sky, I shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try. Father in the sky,
like I
shed tears, I don't know why, but I'm a child of the Most High, so they can't break me if they try.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sisters of the Maccabees. Hey, Sister Kelly, you're always the first one to be here, girl. How you doing, girl? How are you? If you're in the room, and I see other people in the room that just not commenting, if you're in the room, say hello. Don't be a stranger. Hit the like button on your way in. Just hit the one little click on the like button. Come on in and hit the like button. All right. We're going to have a conversation today. Okay. Let me say this before let me say this, right? Today, we're going to have a conversation. The title is a little, if you can see the title, it is a little controversial. Okay. I will try and be as discreet as I possibly can. All right. However, the truth must be spoken today. And I am going to go in today. Okay. I'm not going to stay long. I always say that. I'm not going to stay long. I try not to stay long today. But I am going to talk about some stuff today. You guys see the title. Okay. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Sisters, y'all need to hear the truth, man. Y'all need to hear the truth. Okay. And let me just put out this disclaimer. If it doesn't apply to you, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Okay? All right. I feel like I always have to say that. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If this is not you, just let it go. Okay? All right. Now, before I get into the main topic today, I got a couple of phone calls today, and I've been getting these phone calls and emails and inboxes about the programs that I talk about on this channel. So before I get into the main topic, shalom, Sister Jeanette, bam, shalom, shalom. Before I get into the main topic, I want to answer a couple of questions that a lot of you guys have. Before I forget, because I tend to ramble sometimes and I forget stuff. So before I get into the main topic today, which you guys see what it is, I am going to answer some of your questions, just a couple of questions that you guys have about the program today. So I'm going to share my screen quickly and answer your question, and then we're going to move on to the main topic today. Okay, so just give me a second. Let me share my screen here. Share screen. There we go. All righty. So I'm going to share my screen here. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, good. So the questions that I have that people are asking me, let me come back. Let me just come back here for a second, guys. Let me come back here. So the questions that people are asking me before I get to the screen, people are asking me, what is the difference between the 21-day antiviral programs that we have and the 45-day antiviral program? Okay, so I'm going to explain briefly the difference between those two antiviral programs. One of them is a 21-day antiviral program, and the other one is the 45-day antiviral program. All right. So let me just go to the screen and explain quickly what is the difference between these two programs. All right. A lot of you guys are interested and you have questions. So let me just share my screen quickly. Okay, so we're going to the website Grassroot Botanicals, right? And we are going to where it says health programs, right? And we're going to scroll down. So here we have the 21-day antiviral program right here. Let's go quick view. Right? That's it right there. 21-day antiviral program. And if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to see the 45-day antiviral program, right? There it is right there. So let me explain the difference between the two since you guys have questions. So the 21-day antiviral program, which is this one right here, is a program for people who are trying to get rid of respiratory viruses. Okay. If you have any type of, whether it be upper respiratory, some type of upper respiratory illness, sinus infection, and so on and so forth. If you're just getting over the plague and you want to do a program to kind of strengthen back the immune system because you just got over a virus, this is the program. If you say to yourself, well, you know what, I'm not trying to get the plague, so let me see what I can do to strengthen my immune system, this is the program. All right, so this program is for respiratory conditions, right? Yeah, so let's go down here. The 45-day antiviral program, this one right here, is for anyone that is struggling with sexually transmitted viruses like the syphilis virus, the herpes virus, and so on and so forth. So this particular program is for those things, for sexually transmitted viruses. Okay, so that is the difference between the two. All right, so I just wanted to make that clear because a lot of people had questions. Yeah, so one of them is for respiratory condition, and the other one is for sexually transmitted virus. So the 45-day antiviral program is for things like herpes, hepatitis, and so on and so forth, syphilis, HIV. And the other one, which is a 21-day, is for respiratory condition. All right. So I hope I was able to make that clear. Okay. All righty. So, all right, Sister Kelly, you're being bad in the comment section. Okay, you're being bad. Okay, now let's get to why we're here, because I'm not going to stay long. So, I have had quite a few sisters who have mentioned to me in passing that they were never taught how to groom themselves, right? I've had sisters who have told me that. They were never taught by mommy, grandma, or anybody else in their family how to properly groom themselves, right? And that's not good. That's never good. One of the other things that I've been told constantly by the opposite sex, by the men, is that they have come in contact with women. That you meet a woman, she's cute, you like her, she's a hottie, whatever, right? And you're talking on the phone, you go out on a couple of dates, you just chilling, maybe go watch a movie, go to dinner, and so on and so forth, right? And then you realize that you like each other, right? And then you decide that you're going to get intimate, right? And this is where it all goes downhill, right? And I've been told by several brothers on several different occasions. I have one brother who told me while I was working at the hospital that he went out with one woman. He really liked her. She was a very attractive young lady. She was well put together. They talked, they dated, just went out, and then they decided that they were going to take it to the next level. He had her over, invited her over to his place, and they, decided to get intimate, and he had to kick her out of the house because once they began to remove the clothes and, whatever, and she took her clothes off, she stink down there. Okay. She smelled. And this is not the first brother who have expressed this type of thing. I've sat around, you work, whatever, you sit around, you hear guys talk about these things, you know what I mean? Men in the family or friends or coworker, just, around the water cooler, you hear these things, you know what I mean? And I've always hear these stories. Out of the house, or they had to find some excuse to get out of there, because sisters, you take your clothes off and you smell down there. And this is a huge problem, because what this does to a man is it gives him a sense of disgust towards women, and he really look at women in a different light after these things happen. You know what I mean? You can imagine a man having to experience that. You start to look at women a different way. You know what I mean? This is an attractive woman. She's well put together, her nails, her hair done, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then she takes her panties off and she stink. You know what I mean? I had a conversation recently I would say about 4 days ago. I had a conversation with a Hispanic brother, right? I wanted to bring him on here, but oh well. I had a conversation with a Hispanic brother, and he voiced the same exact thing to me. He's been with quite a few sisters. Women, I don't know who they were, but he's been with a couple of women who he's had the same experience with. Getting intimate and the woman stink. So here's my question, sisters. Here's my question, right? Now, again, if this doesn't apply to you, If you're watching and it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. But I really got to ask this question, right? As a woman who should be aware of your body, right? I mean, if your armpits is funky, you should know it's funky. Like, yeah, yeah, like, you know what I mean? You could smell your armpit. Like, sometimes I'm out all day, because I used to make my own little deodorant, but whatever. They don't last very long, right? So anyway, this homemade deodorant thing, I tried my best, but they don't work. So you go and you try to buy these so-called natural deodorant, and sometimes they don't last very long. So they're, you put them on, you're out, you're working, whatever, and then it's like, goodness, this deodorant is not working, okay? And you can't wait to come home and take a shower. You know what I mean? So seriously, sisters, if you if you are home, you go to the bathroom, you go in the shower, you take your panties off, you're in there by yourself, there's nobody else around, right? If you're smelling, there is no way in God's green earth that you're not going to smell yourself. So it really leaves the question here. It's like, where's the self-awareness? This is the question that I'm asking. Where is the self-awareness from our sisters, from our women in general? And when I say sisters, let me just make this clear. I'm talking about even our so-called Hispanic sisters as well, okay? Because you got Hispanic brothers that are complaining about this. So this ain't no. This is, some of y'all might not consider yourself to be Black. Now that's for another show. Y'all are suffering from, brain damage from the slave master. We ain't talking about that right now. But I'm talking about our sisters in the so-called Hispanic community as well, okay? Yeah. So this is for you too, all right, if you're watching. So at some point, if you're going about your business, you're sitting down, you open your legs, if that odor isn't hitting you, for God's sake, how do you not know that you smell? To the point where you're going out with a man and somebody else is having to smell you. So I'm being told that women are not teaching their daughters how to groom themselves. What am I talking about here? You have a daughter, right? You have a daughter. You have a little girl. She's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, right? It is your duty as a mother to teach her how to groom herself, right? Give her a rag and some soap and show her how to scrub behind the ears and scrub her little whatever crevices, right? Sister Kelly and I were having discussion a couple of days ago. So I can personally remember as far back as about somewhere around 3 or 4 years old, right? When my mom would put me in the bathtub, what we call a bath pan back in the Caribbean, right? It's a big pan filled with water, right? And this is outside. And my mom would pull out her little stool, and she would sit me in the bath pan, and she's sitting in front of the bath pan, and she have the rag, the soap, the toothbrush, everything, she's getting ready to bathe me, but she's teaching me how to groom myself, right? She's teaching me how to groom myself. She hand me the little rag, she hand me the little soap, and she is guiding me, right? Because she's a mother, and that's what mothers are supposed to do, because you are the first teacher of your children, right? She's guiding me on how to properly groom myself. She's helping me to, soap up the rag, right? Scrub behind the ear, right? Scrub inside of the ear, right? Scrub your little sweaty neck in the back of your neck, right? Scrub the armpit, scrub down there in the little crevices and creases and back there and everywhere, right? Scrub the dirt off of you, right? That was my mom growing up. That's how she taught us. She put us in the bath pan, and she, and this happens every day until I was able to get it. As I got older, I was able to get, you know what I mean? Sometimes she would leave me there and she would watch me, make sure and if I'm not doing it right, she comes and she guide me, and she, you know what I mean? But and that also was a sort of a bonding moment between mother and child. You know what I mean? You're bonding with your children. That's like a little one-on-one bonding moment with a mother and a child. How am I hearing that there are women who was never taught how to groom themselves? You know what I mean? My mom handed me the toothbrush, and she's teaching me how to brush my teeth and scrub my tongue and get all the crap off my tongue and all the mangoes and stuff that I was eating. She just, you know what I mean? And teaching me how to properly brush and clean my mouth, and making sure I'm clean. So if you're having little girls and you're not teaching them how to groom themselves, how to wash themselves, how to wash their little crotch, how to clean their armpits and clean their mouth and stuff like that, right? And then these little girls grow up. They are teenagers, they're young, a 20-year-old, and they meet a man somewhere, they got a little boyfriend, and and now you have your daughter who is now an adult, and she's being shamed by a man because you never taught her how to groom herself, right? And if she happens to get pregnant by somebody who decide to avoid somehow the funk and sleep with her, right? And she gets pregnant, she's never gonna teach her child how to, 9 times out of 10, how to groom that child, because she doesn't even know how to groom herself. So it's like a cycle, you know what I mean? And where in the world do we have people who are not teaching their children how to properly groom themselves to where they grow up, and you have members of the opposite sex who is out here shaming you for not grooming yourself because you smell? I really had to talk about this today because this is disgusting. I'm sorry. What is going on? What is going? I shouldn't have to hear this from the men. And if you're a brother who's watching now, I got to get on you. Okay, I got to get on you. I got to get on you because I have heard these same complaints from the ladies. Okay, the meet the woman, y'all getting together, get in the bedroom. Brother takes his clothes off. His feet stinks. Or his skin is just flaky and crusty because he never put any type of moisturizer on his skin. You know what I mean? All them crust is on his skin, right? Brothers, let me say this to the brothers. Brothers, if you're watching, moisturizer. There's nothing wrong with moisturizer, okay? There's nothing wrong with moisturizer, brothers. Put on some moisturizers. Okay, we're in the Black community. We have what is called shea butter. All right, that's very good for the skin. It's a natural butter for the skin. Put on some shea butter, brothers. Okay, don't be, with the ladies and then you take your clothes off and you're all crusty everywhere. All right. Hello. Okay, and then the funk, the smell, like it's like a cross between sweat and armpits. That's what I'm hearing with the brothers. You know what I mean? It's the women are complaining that the brothers are smelling like a cross between sweat and armpit. Cologne, brothers, some cologne. And it doesn't have to be an expensive cologne. You know what I mean? Put away $10 a month. If you work, put away $10 a month, right? For about 3 months. What is that? $120, right? Buy a nice little cologne, man. Go to Macy's, they had a little coupon or something. Buy a nice little cologne, brothers. Okay. Yeah, you can't have the sisters out here talking about how funky you are. Bathe, but there you go. Salt matters. There you go. Bathe. You gotta bathe and scrub yourself. Scrub yours from why. Here's another thing I really have to say. Woo. While we're on the process, on the conversation of bathing, right? Can we please, for the love of God, and I'm talking to the sisters now, when you wear the weave, sisters, when you're having these weaves, listen, I have in some braids right now, right? And when I take a shower, I wash my hair with the braids in because I'm listening to sisters. I go on Instagram, I go on social media, and I see sisters that say that they have their braids in for like 4 months, 6 months, whatever, right? And they never wash it. And you go near them and you can smell the funk in their hair. Are you kidding me? That's another problem with sisters keeping in the weave and the braids. And you're not even washing your hair. Like I tell people that I wash my hair every other day. Yes, I do. Sister Malika washes her hair almost every damn day. Number one, because I work out a lot. As a matter of fact, I went to the gym earlier and I'm still in my workout clothes. I'm gonna go take a shower afterwards, right? Came home, ran in the kitchen, start cooking, and now I'm doing a live, right? So I work out a lot. If you follow me on Facebook, you guys would know because I'm constantly posting a little short video in my group. I work out. And when you work out, you sweat, right? And there's no way that I can come home with sweaty scalp. Because, yeah, you're sweating on your scalp. You come home with sweaty scalp. And then you don't wash your hair. No, I can't, because then I'm going to start itching. No, you got to get underneath the shower and wash your hair, for God's sake. Wash your scalp. Your scalp is your skin. It's a part of your body. It's the same way you need to bathe every day because you don't want to smell funky. Your scalp needs to be bathed as well because it's a skin. Do you guys realize that your scalp is your skin as well and it sweats? Yes, it's your skin. It's your skin and it's sweat. So it needs to be bathed. Just like you get up, you wash your face. When you get in the shower, you're bathing your skin. Your scalp is a part of your skin. It is skin and it needs to be bathed every day. Okay? Not once every 2 weeks, not once a month. Like a lot of you sisters are washing your hair once a month. How do you have husband and only wash your hair once a month? What is this? What? Lord. Yeah, listen. I don't know. Either your husband really love you, or let me not go there. Yeah, Sister Kelly. All of this all day. This is what you see women doing all day, right? Beating their head like this because the funk and the filth and the grimy grease and sweat is caked onto the scalp and it's itching and scratching and they all day long. It's like, what the hell? Just wash your hair, for God's sake. What is this? Anywho, wash your hair. Wash your hair. You come home and you wash your hair. See, this is why, I can't listen. This is why you guys listen. I don't wear nails, okay? Because Sister Malika cooks every day, okay? I do. All right. I cook for my husband and I need my fingers, my hand, my nails clean when I'm cooking dinner, okay? And my hands are constantly in stuff, and I'm putting the herbs together. I'm doing stuff. I use my hands to do a lot of stuff every day. I don't have time to be putting on nails. I don't have time for that. I really don't. Now, maybe if my husband and I are going on vacation somewhere, I might go and get a little, treat myself to a little nail stuff. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't have time for that. I'm a busy woman. I do things. I have things to do. I don't have time for the nails and the hair. You guys see me, my hair is usually just my own natural hair. I decided to put some braids in. These are going to be coming out in a couple of days, but I do wash my hair when I get home from the gym. It has to be done because I don't want no funk. You go to bed with somebody else at night, you don't want them smelling funky head, okay? So that's disgusting, all right? Okay, thank you. Somebody has to talk about this stuff. Seriously, somebody has to talk about it. I'm sorry. That's right. My hair is. Well, yeah. So, sisters, before I go, if you have a little girl or a little boy, it doesn't matter. Teach your daughter how to groom herself and teach your, a lot of our women are neglecting the boys. A lot of these boys are getting neglected by their mothers. I don't know why, but a lot of our boys were never taught how to groom themselves properly either. You go around these little black boys and they're funky. They smell as well, because they're not being taught how to properly groom themselves. You go and they have caked on food on their teeth. Their teeth is just, because they're not brushing their mouth. They're not brushing their teeth. No one is teaching them to groom themselves properly. No brushing of the mouth. They're not cleaning their armpit. They're not washing their sack down there. They're not, scrubbing their behind when they go to the bathroom. It's just, can we really talk about it, for God's sakes? Okay. And a lot of grown men too. When you go to the bathroom to do a number 2, a dry piece of toilet paper isn't going to clean you properly. It's like if you were to stick your hand in some dog poop, would you use a piece of dried tissue to wipe your hand? No, you're going to go get some soap and rag, right, and wash the poop off. When you go to the bathroom, you need something wet to clean your behind with, okay? So you need to have a flushable wipe, or you need to sprinkle some water on that toilet paper. Make sure you get enough of the toilet paper. Put some water on it and use that to wipe yourself. Water on the toilet paper. If you don't have the flushable wipe, water on the toilet paper. The wet toilet paper will get that stuff off of you. But to just use dry toilet paper to wipe yourself when you're doing number 2, no, you're going to leave with streaks. You're going to be left with streaks up there. You see the little boy, those of you who have little boys in your house, when they go to the bathroom and they use a dry toilet paper, and then, they put their little brief somewhere and they take it off and put it somewhere, you see the streaks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I have boys in my family. Okay. We have this conversation. Really, we are having this conversation. The streaks, y'all know what I'm talking about, little streaks, right? And that's because Sister Kelly is killing me. Girl, stop. And those little boys grow up to become men, and they have never been taught how to clean themselves properly, and they still got streaks. You got a 25-year-old man, you got a 30-year-old man, you got a 35, 40, 50-year-old man still got streak in his boxers, because no one ever taught him that he needs to get something wet to clean off all of that number 2 that you just did. Get a flushable wipes, or you put some water on that toilet paper and wipe yourself properly, man. Nobody wants to live with something like that. That's disgusting. And if your mama didn't teach you, Sister Malika is here to tell you, okay? Start grooming yourself and learn how to clean yourself properly. It's not normal. It is not normal to be funky. It's not normal when you meet, and you wonder why. I'm going to say this. You wonder why a lot of you are looking for a relationship and your relationships are not working out because the people you're meeting, they're not really telling you that, what's going on with you. You meet them, you talk to them, whatever, and then they're gone. And that's why you can't really meet. You're not dealing with anyone of substance, because nobody has substance is going to stick around with someone who is funky, okay? I just want to make that clear. No one of substance is going to stick around with someone who is smelling funky. If for those of you women who want some high, uh, 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 yeah, what they say nowadays, high value, right? High value man, right? Those of you sisters who are looking for these big top notch men, right? Who make the big top dollars and whatnot. These are men that have money, okay? And by now they probably know how to groom themselves. They work out a lot. They go to the gym. They buy expensive cologne. They go to the spa. Blah 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 blah. Right? If you're funky, those type of men don't want you. Okay. And this goes for the brothers as well. A lot of you brothers, you haven't really taken a reflection of yourself, don't know how to groom yourself. You still smell like armpit and sweat, and you want some big top notch, whatever type of woman who is a more of a upper class type of woman, but you still don't know how to groom yourself. You're still coming with the crusty feet and the smelly athlete foot and the smelly armpits, and then you complain when the women are not checking for you. So I'm just saying, self-reflection. Okay, self-reflection is all I'm saying. Take a look in the mirror. When was the last time you properly, wash yourself? When was the last time you properly take the rag, right? I don't have a rag with me here. Well, when was the last time you take a rag and stick or a Q-tip or something, stick it in the ear, make sure you're getting all the crevice of the ear, right? Clean it out with some soap on the rag and just scrub it. And then you go behind the ear and you scrub, and then you go behind the neck, right? And underneath all of it, and you scrub. That's what you do. Rag. A lot of people don't even use rags in the bathroom. They just take the soap, right? right. And then they just stand under the shower. We need rags, man, because you need to scrub that dirt and grime and sweat. I'm tired of hearing of people just talking about, people smelling. Did the father ever teach the boys how to bathe and groom themselves? Well, let me say this, Sister Kelly. The first teacher in the home is the woman, the mother. Now, there are fathers who have taken the responsibility, but really and truly, the first teacher in the home is the mother. It is a mother's job to groom her children, to teach her children how to groom themselves. Okay. And when that boy gets a little older, then the father will take him and start teaching him other stuff. You know what I mean? Teaching him how to be self-sufficient, take him out in the field, back home, on the farm, grandpa or uncle, when the boy gets a certain age, you take him down on the farm and you teach him how to be self-sufficient. But when the boy is a certain age with this younger, the mama is the one that is, grooming the child and teaching the child certain things until he gets to a certain age. The mother is the first teacher in the home, unless there's no mother in the home and then the child is under the care of the father, then that's a different story. But you even have some grandmothers out here. I've been told by several women that they grew up with the grandmother and they were never even taught how to groom themselves. So you have even grandmothers out here who are not even teaching their grandchild how to groom themselves. And probably grandmother don't even know how to groom herself, which is oftentimes why, let me not go there. Yeah. So I'm gonna let me say this. Yoni steam, for love of God, sisters. Do a yoni steam. Now, we don't know what is going on with you, why your vagina smells. I don't know. Maybe you have a medical condition, okay? And if you have a medical condition, you shouldn't be sleeping with anyone. You shouldn't be taking your clothes off and trying to have sex with anyone. If you have a medical condition, you might want to go see your gynecologist, right? You're not supposed to be smelling. See, that's the thing. We're talking about smelling, but you're really not supposed to be smelling. Now, normally, a woman's vajayjay have normal smell, right? If you've been out all day, walking around, you're working, whatever job you have, working hard, right? You are wearing an underwear and other clothes on top of that. So there's not much, air going there. So you're going to start sweating down there, just like everybody else, right? So there's a normal body odor that comes with smell, what I mean? The smell that comes with the, just normal walking around every day. Right? That's nothing. What we're talking about is when you stink, when you can clearly tell that something medically is wrong, right? And as a woman, you should know, number one, if something is wrong with you, because at some point you're going to start itching. I'm guessing, right? You're going to start itching. You're going to start feeling uncomfortable. How do you not know that you stink? That's the question. How do you not know that you stink down there? So, sisters, if you should be seeing your doctor, right? And every month after your period, sisters, every month after your period, you do a yoni steam, right? A yoni steam every month. You do one every month. You know what I mean? If y'all don't know what a yoni steam is, I don't know how long you've been watching this channel. Okay, you get a little pail, a little bath pan, or whatever you call it, a little bucket, whatever it is. You can get whatever you want. Go to Walmart, grab something. Okay, put the herbs inside of it. You can find this on Grassroots Botanicals. Okay, boil the herbs, put it in the thing. Don't go on top of it when it's too hot. You're going to burn yourself, right? Let it cool down a little bit and you sit over it. Put a towel on, right? There's a lot of videos on YouTube showing you how to do a yoni steam. That's going to get, whatever you got going on. But you still got to go to the gynecologist and figure out what's going on because you might be dealing with an infection, right? We can't have that. So the yoni steam you need to do every month after your period now, okay? You need to do one of these every month after your period, sisters, all right? Hello. Especially you if you have a husband now. Come on now. Okay? Okay. And this is called a probiotics, right? Probiotics. I don't sell these. You can pick these up at the vitamin shop somewhere, okay? In the refrigerator. Get it from the fridge, you put it in your fridge, right? These are probiotics, give you good gut health, and it helps to prevent a yeast infection, right? But if you already have a yeast infection, this is not going to help. You can take it, but it's not going to do much for you. Now you have a yeast infection, you're going to have to get rid of it. You either go to your doctor and have them prescribe something for you if it's really, really bad. If it's just a small yeast infection and it's not that bad, or you guys, this is what we have these for. Parasite Candida Cleanse. Candida is yeast, okay? Candida is yeast, right? This helps to clear up a yeast infection, and it also helps to prevent a yeast infection. Okay, you don't want to get a yeast infection, do the parasite cleanse. If you don't want to do the parasite cleanse, you should be drinking a lot of these type of herb, the bitter herbs. The bitter herbs helps to get rid of the yeast. And then you need to check your diet. Okay, stop eating all these buns and breads and everything that's going to have a buildup of yeast in the system. Okay, and another thing, y'all sisters need to stop sleeping around with different men. Okay. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But y'all sister need to stop sleeping around with different men. All them things going up in there. And you wonder why you smell. Okay? There's something called trichomoniasis. I talk about it all the time, especially when I talk about the parasite cleanse. It is a parasite. It is a sexually transmitted parasite. Look it up. Okay, it is a parasite that is transmitted through sexual intercourse. Yes, a parasite. If the brother has it, he will transmit it to you. If you have it and he goes up in there, you're going to give it to him. It's a parasite that is transported back and forth from people to people. This is why all this multiple thing going on, and you're sleeping with that one, and this one is coming back and sleeping with that one. Yes, I'm talking about a sexual transmitted parasite. It's called trichomoniasis or trick, as they call it in the hospital, in the medical world. They call it trick. Okay, Google it. It is a literal parasite that is transmitted through sexual intercourse. Yes, ma'am. That's why we're having these conversations. And a lot of people find these conversations uncomfortable. I do too. But when I hear these stories, when people come to me, when people come in my inbox, when people email me, when people call my phone, and it's like, well, if somebody's having this issue, if these things are happening to these people over here, we need to talk about this. We need to have these type of conversation. We need to have these type of conversation. Okay. Who are telling women? If nobody is teaching their girls, well, I wouldn't say nobody, but if you have women out there who aren't teaching their little daughters how to wash herself properly and groom herself, or how to, their little sons, how to wash himself properly and groom himself, and nobody is talking about it, it's going to be just a cycle, just a repeating itself over and over again. If you're here and you're watching this, maybe you need to take a really good self-reflection. Did I teach my child how to groom himself or herself? You see, that's what you need to ask yourself. Did anybody teach? Look around you. Look at the children in your family. Who is teaching them? Who is teaching the little girl in your family how to groom herself, man? You throw the child in the bathroom, you throw her a towel, and you have her fending for herself. And a lot of you mothers too, even though this is for a different conversation, a lot of you mothers have your daughters and you don't teach them how to cook. You don't teach them how to cook. You kick them out the kitchen. You're in the kitchen cooking, and your daughter comes in. She's 10 years old, and you get out the kitchen. That is horrible parenting. It is your job to teach your daughter how to cook, because in teaching her how to cook, you are preparing her to be a mother and a wife. It is your job to teach her how to cook. What you gonna learn? You just throw her out there to the wolves and expect her to just learn it on her own? It's your job. Teach your daughters how to cook. And you should also teach your sons how to cook. Your sons should know how to cook too, because, he's going to be a bachelor for a little while. He needs to not be out there buying junk food all the time. He needs to keep himself healthy. You need to teach him how to cook too. But your daughter should be taught how to cook. And if you're a mother and you don't know how to cook, we're in a world of technology now. YouTube, Google. Learn how to cook and teach your child how to cook. You should not have a child and not know how to cook as a mother. That's disgusting. I'm saying it. It's disgusting. At this point, you have a child and you don't know how to cook. I had a brother. I was working and I had a brother. He was 26 years old at the time. And this brother came to me and told me his mom don't know how to cook. They eat out every single day. And he said the only time they have a home cooked meal is when they go to her boyfriend's family's house and his mom cook. That's when they have a home cooked meal. He said, my mom don't know how to cook. She was never taught. And so I don't know how to cook. I said, what do you eat? He said, I just eat out. I eat, just go to the restaurant. This is a 26-year-old man telling me this. His mom. I said, how old is your mother? She's 50-something years old. 50-something years old woman. Never learned how to cook. And so she don't even know how to teach her child how to cook. And she's eating out every day. This is in the Black community now. If you don't know how to do something, in the age of technology, how do you not get up and say, you know what? I don't know how to do it. Let me learn how to do it. At one point, I never knew how to make soaps. And I taught myself how to make soaps. Right? Some of you guys may have bought my soaps, right? I mean, you learn something along the way. But a woman not knowing how to cook, that's beyond just disturbing to me personally. A woman not knowing how to groom herself properly to where a man has to step in and say, you stink. That to me is beyond disturbing. You have a child and you don't know how to groom that child. That to me is disturbing. Very. You don't deserve to have a child if you don't know how to do these things. And this is why some of you guys are not getting married. Or you get married, but you ain't married to the right person. That's why you ain't getting along with them. Because you're behind, don't know how to be a woman. And that brother is frustrated with you because you can't figure out how to be a woman. And then you have children for him. You don't even know how to teach his children. But it's his fault. If he didn't, he didn't court you properly, right? He didn't vet you to figure out whether or not you knew how to be a wife. See, I'm putting the blame on you, brothers. Okay. You pick up a woman like that and she don't know how to be a woman and grooming herself and teaching her children. You should have spent more time with her and figure that one out. Okay. Don't blame her. Blame yourself is all I'm saying. I have 4. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm reading the comments. Yep. Anyway, I'm not staying on here too long. I had that on my chest and I really had to get it off, man. I really had to. I am just getting frustrated sometimes with sisters. I go on, I'm on social media. A lot of times I just watch things. I don't comment on stuff. I just, I watch how the women interact. And man, if you're not disgusted by the behavior of Black women nowadays, then you might be one of them. That's all I'm saying. Okay. If you're a grown woman, if you're over 25, and you're not disgusted with the behaviors of Black women today, then you might be one of them, is all I'm saying. This is not even about a cultural thing. This is a moral thing. The question is, where is the moral? Where is it? You know what I mean? Oh, well, you're from a different country or this, that. That has nothing to do with it. We're talking about the moral code here. I feel like nowadays nobody has any morals at all. Black woman is just gone. That's why there's so many conversations about Black women now. But there's a whole thing now where it's just all the conversation are mostly about Black women. And the question is, when are we going to take a step back and look at ourselves? Because we are the least desired among the women. We're the least, because number one, we don't, you know what I mean? We hate, there's so many things to go down. It's just bad. It's just bad in general. It's just bad. Nobody takes us serious. No one takes us serious. We don't take accountability for ourselves. We find excuses for everything. We don't know how to apologize. We don't know how to acknowledge when we're wrong. We don't know how to fix the problems that we cause. We just going on and on with the madness. When are we going to correct ourselves? That's the question. When are Black women going to correct themselves? When? I had some brothers on this channel of sometime last year where I had them came on here and talk about, what it is that they really want in a woman, right? And they were, they came on and they talked. And I asked sisters to come on here and have the same discussion. And I probably there were probably about 2 sisters who agreed to get on here. Sister Kelly was one of them. I could hardly get sisters to come and talk. And when you go on social media, all you hear about is the sisters complaining about the brothers, complaining about the Dusty brothers, about the hood, the just the Pookie and Ray Ray and all this stuff. You complain every day, but when it's time to get down and talk about and have the conversation, and somebody is going to hold you accountable for your foolery, right? You don't want to have that conversation. You don't want to have the conversation. And before I go, let me just say this last thing, for God's sake. Can we stop being baby mamas? Can we stop having babies out of wedlock? Can we stop having babies with multiple different men? Can we stop doing that? Can we stop? Can we just stop having babies with a whole bunch of different men? One baby daddy over here, another one over there, 2 over there. Are you kidding me? How many baby daddies can one woman have? Can we stop doing that, Black woman? Can we stop having multiple baby daddies all over the goddamn place? Anywho, that's it. I'm done. Get that off my chest. Okay, let me read somebody comment here. And I believe the more the truth is taught, the more people will learn and grow. Okay, well, let's hope. Let us hope. Let's hope, Sister Dorothy. Let's hope. Anyway, guys, it was nice having this little chat with you guys. Yeah, we do have to do better. We have to do better. This channel was created, it's called Sisters of the Maccabees. The channel wasn't really supposed to be like a herbal thing. It was supposed to be a channel for healthy living, both mental and physical healthy living. You know what I mean? Where we come together and have healthy conversations. My husband wanted me to share what knowledge I have of health with you guys, and so I started doing that. But sometimes we got to get on here and talk about the mental health part of things, because a lot of this is having to do with mental health. A lot of our sisters and brothers are struggling with mental health, and that's why you're seeing these type of situations out here. And one of the things that we're not doing is we're not seeking therapy for our mental health. We're not seeking help. We're just we're in denial. We're not telling, we're not accepting what's going on with us. And so the cycle continues, and then we pass on these dysfunction to our children. You know what I mean? Yeah. We got to talk about it sometimes. We got to have these conversations, as uncomfortable as they are. My job is to get you to take a look in the mirror at yourself. Self-reflection, self-accountability. Okay? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you don't have any, I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds. If you don't have any questions for me, I am going to end the live here. Okay. It was nice chatting with you guys. Do you guys have any questions before I go? At the beginning of the live, I answered your questions regarding the programs, the antiviral program, right? There was one sister who had questions about the weight loss program. There's a 30-day weight loss program on this, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen quickly, and then I will be gone. There's a 30-day weight loss program. For those of you, I had a phone call today, and there was a sister who was asking me about the weight loss program. So here's the weight loss program, guys. If you have any questions about it, this is a 30-day weight loss program. Obviously, you're not going to reach your goal in 30 days. This is just to kickstart your weight loss journey, okay? It is a 30-day weight loss program. It comes with herbal formula. And so the website is Grassroots. Let me just put the link in the chat there. Grassroot botanicals, grassroot botanicals. And I put the link in the chat to the weight loss program. I don't know if the sister is watching, but somebody did have a questions about that. Yeah. Hold on. So yeah, the weight loss program is a 30-day program. There are some exercise routine in there. As I mentioned before, you're going to be exercising. Okay, you're going to get up off your butt and exercise, and you're going to change your dietary lifestyle. Okay, because you can't be eating the same thing and not working out and expect to lose weight. The herb by itself is not going to make you lose the weight. Okay, there is no miracle herb that's going to make you shed 50 pounds. All right, so I'm keeping it real with you guys. The herbs are there to assist in the weight loss journey, but they're not miracle herbs that's going to make you drop 50 pounds. Okay, in 30 days. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work, which means you're going to exercise. I've outlined exercise, what you're supposed to do every single day for 5 or 6 days in there. Okay, until the end of the program. And then you have to continue. You have to change your lifestyle, right? Okay, so the 30-day weight loss program, it's on the, I'm going to put the link to all of those things when I'm done with this live here. Yeah, and that was just answering the questions. There was a couple of people have questions about the weight loss program. You know, we're in winter time, and people are getting lazy, right? Because it's getting cold outside. You know, there are some days when I literally had to drag myself, like this morning. This morning was one of those days where I had to drag myself to the gym this morning, you know, but it's something that I have to do because I'm committed to staying healthy. Okay. I go to the gym. I sometimes spend 2.5 hours at the gym. I'm doing a lot of stuff in the gym. I got to stay healthy, man. I have to. Nobody else is going to do it for me. Okay. And I am encouraging you guys to do the same. Get out there and exercise. Or if you can't get out, get out there, you can't go to the gym or whatever the case is, do some exercise in your house for God's sake. Okay. In that program, you don't even have to go to the gym to exercise. I have jump ropes in there. I have jumping jack exercise in there. You can go to what do you call it, Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart or any of those places and get some dumbbells. And you're going to be doing some some floor exercise or dumbbell exercise. Just stuff that you can do at home. But if you have a gym membership, that's even better because you're going to be doing some weight training with that programs. All right. Yes, ma'am. 2 hours. You're damn right. And those of you who know my husband, he's a trainer, right? So you can't be living in a house with a trainer and not train. Okay. The good thing about it is, when I met my husband, we both have fitness in common with each other. When he met me, I was in fitness. When I met him, he was in fitness. So that was one of the many things that we both had in common with each other, and we just enjoy working out, and we still work out together. You know what I mean? Healthy habits together as a couple. Oh yeah, it works. Trust me. All right, guys. Love you guys. I'm not going to stay on here any longer. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.